Hello, welcome to day 11. Thank you so much for joining with me today. I do hope this finds you well. So we're going to start by sitting and settling, so you just find some peace and some quiet in your mind as you breathe and relax with alertness. So lifting the spine, shoulders dropping down, face soft. And we'll have a nice deep inhale together. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And keeping this smooth breathing throughout. Alright, so we're going to do some work laying on our front today, so I'm going to work you quite strongly. It's only a few minutes, so as always, do what feels comfortable for you. Nothing should hurt, you can always back away. Alright, so we'll start by stretching the legs forward, just give the legs a bit of a jiggle. And then we'll circle the feet. I always want to do something with the feet, we are so much of them. And change direction. And relax. And then we'll come to cat position, so coming up onto your hands and knees. So we want the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. And we'll have the knees just slightly apart, not far, just a tiny gap between your knees. And then we're going to move the spine with the breath. So as you inhale, lift your chin and tailbone. Exhale, round, tucking tailbone and chin under. Lift the spine. Inhale, tailbone and chin up. Exhale, tucking under. And continue with your breath. And then come back to sit on your heels as close as you can. If you want to pop a cushion under your bottom, that's fine. And then let your upper body relax downwards. So settling into child's pose. Let's bring the arms alongside us. If your head doesn't reach the ground, you can pop cushions or something onto the ground so that your head does. Or you can make fists with your hands and stack them like 1 potato, 2 potato. And then you can rest your head on your fists. And then come up to kneeling. So I want to show you this exercise. I haven't done this with you yet, so I don't know if you're familiar with it. So it's really good for working the upper body. It really is much tougher than it might look. So I'll show you where we're aiming towards, and then I'll show you where you might be. You might be going all the way, I have no idea. So I'll show you the options. So what we're looking to do is stretch our arms forward. Elbows must stay off the ground. If your elbows come to the ground, you've lost any work that's going on. So elbows stay up, and then your nose is as close to the ground as you can. So elbows up, nose skimming along your mat until you come through to laying on your front. And then hardest bit, that first bit coming back, nose still to the ground. Okay, so it might look more like, make sure you don't go further than you can then come back, because that's the toughest bit. So don't go too far. So it might be your nose doesn't reach the ground. It might be you're here. It might be this is as far forward as you go. And then you come back. So repeating those two movements, going through and back at your own pace. So remember, your elbows stay up and your nose is as close as you can to the ground. Feel that working your upper body. It's working so many places. So feel your core is strong, feel everything is strong. And next time you come forward, I want you to come and lay on your front. So our rest position when laying on the front is to bring our feet wide apart and then let your heels drop in towards each other. Rest your right hand on your left hand and then your chin resting on your right hand. So this is our rest position when we're working on our front. So now we're going to lift up into Sphinx pose. Bring your feet towards each other and then bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and lift through the front body. So shoulders are rolling down, chin about parallel to the ground. So feel a gentle bend in the back and also a stretch through the front. So make sure you're breathing right down to your belly. And then gently lower onto your front and bring your arms alongside you. So the legs are still together or towards each other, not completely together, just wherever's comfortable. Now I want you to interlock your hands behind you, roll your shoulders back, and if they will, lift your hands away from your body. And now we're going to lift and lower the upper body. So not expecting to lift very high, but you'll feel how strongly you're working, lifting just a few inches. And I want you to keep the hands as high as you can all the way through. Then move with your breath, whichever feels natural to lift and to lower. And next time you lift, I want you to hold that position. And then gently down to rest position. So place your right hand on left hand, chin on your right hand, feet apart, heels dropping in. I'm not going to pretend it's not tricky doing that and talking at the same time. So have a few nice deep breaths. And then we're going to come back to Sphinx or Cobra. So bring your feet towards each other. Come up onto your elbows, elbows under your shoulders, hands in front of you. So this might be far enough, you can stay here. If your back is bendier than this and you want to take it further, slide your hands back under your shoulders and then lift your upper body. So easing to whichever position feels good for you today. Either way, we're rolling our shoulders down and back. And then we're going to ease back into child's pose. So lift your hips, send them back, sit towards your heels, easing slowly after any back bend. Don't rush into the counter pose. Take your time, let the body settle, let your head drop. You can place your head on your fists or some blocks, or if it reaches to the ground. And then gently lift your upper body, easing back up. And then we're going to flex the spine here. So inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, round the spine. And stay at center. Good, well done. I hope that felt good. A little bit different. Yeah, do let me know how you're getting on. I love hearing from you, so do drop me a comment. And I look forward to our next session together. Namaste.